Llewellyn Whittaker, welcome to Great Surfing Characters here on my YouTube channel called Surfing Stuff. Fantastic to have you, my bro.
My absolute pleasure. I've been looking forward to it for quite some time now. And it's a privilege to be here as one of your early guests on being hosted by you.
Ah, lekker, man, lekker. Hey, Lulu, let's get straight to business. You know, some folks don't know who Llewellyn Whittaker is. So let's go to your early years. Spend a minute or two here. Where did you grow up? Where was your home break? Where is your home break, should I say? Or where is? And how did you get involved in surfing? Let's start there and we'll build from there.
Oh my goodness, we're going to need like a couple of hours to tell that story, bro. We'll give you the long story short. Or
yeah, just give you the. Let's give us the. Well, hey, maybe we can do a part 2 at some other stage. But yeah, just
the short story long story short. Moved to Mossel Bay when I was about 8 or 9, and then just got straight into the ocean. And once I started surfing or bodyboarding or paddle skiing in the initial years, I was just addicted. Okay. There was just nothing else that I wanted to do. There's nothing else I could think about. And all I wanted to do was become a professional surfer, growing up here in Mossel Bay.
Okay.
And fortunately, we had a house literally like 500 meters from the point. And that's just kind of like how it started, you know?
Okay. So you're a Mossel Bay boy?
A Mossel Bay boy through and through, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. Okay.
Standing by.
Okay, we're talking to junior finalists. The first being Llewellyn Whittaker in the black singlet. Llewellyn, how are you feeling for the finals, my man?
I'm a bit nervous, but I've been doing some training, got it under control.
Any particular strategy under your belt there?
My strategy, catch 4 waves to the beach and big power maneuvers. If the judges like it, I'll do it.
Excellent. So there we have it.
That was, and then obviously my whole like teenage career, I was just frothing on becoming a professional surfer.
Okay.
You know, surfing before school, like 4:30 dawnies. My friend would walk past and throw stones on my windows in the morning, you know, to wake me up, and we'd do dawnies before school because I got a lift with Jeff Keith and his mom got a lift with him to school in the morning, and then straight after school running down back to the house, and then suit on back to the beach. It was just that was the life I lived, you know, here at the point in Mossel Bay.
Okay, wow. You know, you speak about wanting to be a professional surfer. There's a little bit later on in our talk today, I want to bring up Hawaii because that's where I actually met you, was on the North Shore of Oahu, but we'll get to that just now. Llewellyn, thanks for letting us know where your home break is and the very, very basics of your early days. I want to ask you now, fast forward to now in your 40s, I think you and I are roughly the same age, mid-40s. How are you?
It's the new 20s, isn't it?
Hey, bro, I tell you what, you don't become an adult when you're 21, it's when you're 40, bro. So, yes, so I'm new to this whole adult life thing, but anyway.
Yeah.
Lulu, okay, so in those days, you wanted to be the pro surfer. Now, fast forward to where we are now. How are you currently involved in surfing in your country, where you're in South Africa, and globally? How are you involved? How does Llewellyn Whittaker fit into the grander scheme of surfing today?
Well, that's also another big question because obviously wanting to become a professional surfer, giving it everything I had and tried my best and with sponsors, without sponsors, and then kind of like, and then I moved to Durban and studied to become a paramedic, and which actually moving to Durban in the late 90s, early 2000s, actually fueled the fire of my professional surfing vision.
Okay.
Yeah, and if we fast forward to now, everything was just succession, Carl. Like so I wanted to be a professional surfer. Okay, I was top 100 in the world. I had some great wins behind my name. There were some titles, some team captain of South Africa, etc., etc. And it was quite strange because I used to come home off whilst I was on tour, and my mom and dad would sit me at the foot of their bed in Cape Town and ask me, so what are you going to do when you finish being a professional surfer? And and obviously our parents are always worried about our careers, our future, so one of the last years that I was on tour, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to come home and study to be a teacher. I remember that vividly. And I came home and I became a teacher. Not a teacher of school.
Yeah.
Well, surf. So it was just a natural growth into becoming a surf coach. So, and then I started that career in 2008. And then, fortunately, when I moved back in 2008, I had a bunch of juniors at that time: Aidan Mazenkamp, Geordie Marie, Ethan Fletcher, Jake Elkington, Max Elkington, who at that time were the cream of the crop.
Okay. Some big names in there.
Big names in there, right? So we kind of like my wanting to come down and start a surf coaching career coincided with like the next generation of some of the best junior surfers in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I kind of got lucky, bro. Well, do we call it luck, or what do we want to call it? Actually went through a tough time in my life, got divorced, and around about that time I decided I wanted to be the best coach in the world, and then God and the universe delivered some incredible people into my path, in the likes of Leon Glatzer.
Okay.
And I coached him with him and the support of the German Federation, coached him to the Olympics, and that globally has put me on the international coaching scene, and it's just opened so many doors. And right now, where I am right now, is just coaching different federations. I've worked with the British, I'm working with the Polish, and my passion is actually training camps. I love doing training camps,
Okay.
And teaching the fundamentals to inspiring young surfers.
Okay. So basically what you're telling me is, from wanting to be that pro surfer, which you became, you then fast forward, you became, and you still are that you're a professional coach, surfing coach. Yes, what a transition. Correct. Wow, man. Yeah.
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 And the transition's almost been natural, I mean, it's and I think just through focusing and trusting and believing and in myself and having good people around me, somehow I've managed to make something big and successful out of surfing.
Fantastic.
I remember clearly the teachers at school going, in Afrikaans, what are you going to achieve? Wat gaan jy bereik met brandeplank ry? What are you going to achieve with surfing?
ja, maar jy moet brandeplank ry, seentjie. Wat doen jy?
Yeah.
Wat maak jy?
And now you drive past the teachers that said that in your nice $500,000 rand car, and my beautiful wife and two beautiful children, nice house on the hill.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And they look at you, they scream, "Hey, Sheikh, say, hi, boy."
Yeah.
No, cool. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
let's talk Hawaii for a moment. I remember meeting you on the North Shore of the season of 2000, 2001. That was 2001 was when Kelly won the Eddie. I always remember my trip to the North Shore because of that. I met you then. How many trips did you do to the North Shore, firstly? in your
Yeah.
career, and did you ever score flawless pipe? Did you ever surf Waimea Bay maxing? Let's talk Hawaii for a moment.
Okay. Now you're calling a man from a man.
Yeah, jeez.
Because Hawaii is where you make or break your career, for sure. Back in the day, well, I mean, obviously it's still the same this day, but to prove yourself and to make a career, you had to go to the North Shore, and it's kind of like in your surfing genes, and it's hereditary that you need to go to the North Shore of Hawaii, and you need to prove yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing maybe 3 or 4 seasons in Hawaii.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And up to 3 months at a time.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, there wasn't any Instagram back then, so we had to make ends meet. So that looked like being a gardener for Punch O'Sullivan.
Okay. Yeah.
Being a gardener for Rochelle Ballard,
Okay.
Lane Beachley, Ken Bradshaw, doing their gardens, like literally doing their gardens. Richard Sills, who at that time was determined to become a pipeline master, and in his right
He was.
became a pipeline master. Him and I used to work gardens, though. We literally worked gardens.
I'm glad you brought up Richie Sills, because he was there that year that I was there, and Richie,
Yeah.
not just Richie, you guys. I mean, I took a longboard there. I was a longboarder, and my bro, you guys were just, and I'm not bigging you up because you're on the podcast, but it's a fact. Your level of surfing was, you guys were up there with the best in the world. Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that your capabilities, even today, but more so back then, you were level with the O'Briens, Jamie O'Brien. I would even go as far as to say the Irons brothers. I would say.
Sure.
You know,
Sure.
you guys were up there, man.
I think going to the North Shore, even if you believed it or didn't believe it, what you're saying about yourself and where you see yourself on the world stage, going to the North Shore would settle that for you, for sure.
Well,
it would settle where you see yourself within the greater scheme and the greater realm of this thing called professional surfing.
Hey, but I remember standing at the beach at Waimea Bay the day the Eddie ran, and I remember Kelly paddled out first. He got the opening wave of the contest, and then later on in the day, I think I ended up on that house in the point with you and Richie and a couple of the guys.
Yep, at the Waimea house.
Yeah. I always, in my naive mind, thought that I could be one of those guys until I got there 22 years old and watched the bay break properly.
Yeah.
And then I realized, hey, Coates, you're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy, China. That's too big for you, bro. It's just, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, the North Shore was something else, for sure. I mean, not only doing gardens, we were fixing dings as well.
Okay.
And even selling a bit of weed on the side just to make money, bro. You had to hustle, bro.
She was, yes, bro.
But I also remember, we were paying $25 a night accommodation back then.
I call
right?
it,
My bed was on the balcony on the stoop of a house, right by Keiki Shore Break.
Yes,
by
man.
Keiki.
I think I stayed in that same house for a period.
Yes.
I stayed on the couch.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And we had New Year's parties there. Yeah, for sure, bro. 100%. But I remember sleeping on that balcony, and that swell was picking up. And we were like maybe one street behind the Keiki Shore Break, and you just heard.
Yes.
And then the reed shutters would vibrate like that. And then you like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to try pipe in the morning. And then you're sitting at pipe and it's maxing like second reef. You've got your brand new Spiders 7.6. You're sitting there and the sun comes up and it's got the morning sickness on it and it's heavy. And you're still sitting there, 10 o'clock or 8 o'clock, the northeasterlies pull in, the trade winds pull in, and it's groomed and it's heavy and it's pumping. You're still sitting I'm still sitting on the beach. And Pietossi says to me, hey, Lou, you got to give it a go, bro. You got to get out there. So I eventually paddled out and paddled it into one of my first waves at pipe. Massive. Well, it was massive. It was on the boil. It was second reefing. I'm on my 7.6 and went straight over the falls.
Hi, Colin. Hey, Lulu, you laugh about going over the falls. My very first, I surfed pipe once on a small day, so it was too scary for me to walk down that beach. To walk down to the water was just another level mentally for me. I struggled with that, but I surfed a lot further down. And my first surf at sunset, same thing for me, bro. Paddle. Hey, I got pitched over the falls. That leash, I had an island style leg rope. That leg rope stretched around the globe that day, bro. Yes, bro. I got so dull I've never forgotten that. And that wasn't even big sunset. That was probably like, most oaks probably looked at it and went, well, not today, thanks. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why I got a wave, you know what I mean?
You'll be sitting at sunset, bro. You'll be sitting at sunset and it's a bit of a northwest swell. And next minute, there's this new west swell pulling in. And all of a sudden, a west peak comes through at sunset and it's like 10 foot. And just a full-on road cleanup set, and you're trying to duck dive a 7.6. You're literally holding onto your board like this, doing fucking cartwheels underwater. No, bro. The North Shore is something else, bro. And you're not even trying to deal with the waves and your own fear of surfing the waves. Then you got to deal with the crowds.
Yep.
I mean, those guys were back in the day on the North Shore were angry, like to get you had to do exceptional things to get a special wave at pipe. So me personally, I never got that special wave at pipe. I had one or two lacquer ones at backdoor, at rock piles and off the wall.
Yeah.
But to this day, pipeline still allures me for sure.
No, absolutely. But you know what? I look at the ranks of you guys, and I just took my salute for what you guys did do, Bruce. Seriously, man. Wow, man. Right, listen, I suppose we could talk Hawaii all day, but let's move on a bit here. I want to shift gears slightly. Your competitive surfing career, Lulu. What are the highlights of your competitive? What is there one moment where you go, hey, I'll never forget that. And what was the biggest title you ever won, Lulu? Let's talk a bit about that for a moment.
The Quicksilver Good Wave, 2003.
Did you win that?
I won the very first Quicksilver Good Wave, bro.
Goodness me, I've forgotten. Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's pretty classic. I've got the rash vest from the final.
Okay.
All framed and hung up on my wall in the yoga studio.
Okay.
But that for me, hands down, is one of the most. It is the biggest win of my life for sure. Just in the circumstances, and I won't go into the political side of the circumstances, but for me, I've always felt like I've had to prove myself.
Okay.
All through life, and winning that event, I proved myself to a lot of hearsayers or naysayers or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I mean, in that final was Simon Nicholson.
Oh goodness!
One of the best. Best surfers in South Africa ever, style-wise. And I don't know what year it was, but he was one spot away from qualifying for the championship tour.
Okay.
Then stepped off competition surfing. Greg Emsley.
The foot.
I mean,
yeah. Hey.
the foot. the foot, and CT surfer, South African CT surfer, and Paul Canning, another CT surfer. So to win a final like that was just unbelievable.
And you're also a goofy foot, if I remember. Is that's right? Eh?
Goofy, yeah, goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you, there was a moment. It was a three-man semi-final, and we had jet ski assist.
Okay.
Karl, this was one of the most incredible experiences of the day of my life, winning this contest, and I knew I needed a score, and I just finished the wave, and it's heavy nuclear, but at this time of the day, the tide had come in, the wind had swung like a little bit more southwest, southwest, so the waves had a bit of a crumble on it.
Okay.
But I'm talking solid, like 6 foot, at least 6 foot, without and chunky, and so I got stuck in the bowl at Dairy Bowl.
Oh, fantastic!
I got stuck, couldn't get out.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So the lifeguard comes and picks me up, and I'm on the back of the sled, and he goes out, and he turns around, and he goes out, and I know I'm running out of time, bro. Next minute, I tune this guy, fucking punch it, bro, punch it. I'm like, go, go, go. And he just hits this wave. I'm airborne, holding onto the ski. Boom! Land. He hits the next wave. I'm like, I don't just fucking go. And he went, bro. Because I knew I needed another wave. So I was, my ADHD fight, flight, fawn or freeze was in fight. Six said, let's do it. And I remember there was there was a lineup for me where you had there's that pizza place on the beach there, but there was a lineup for me, and as I let go of that wave, the jet ski, and I paddled myself into another bomb, and I got the score, bro, and got through the semi-finals. It was unbelievable,
man. Yes, you know what? I'm a friend of mine that a rocks boy was a Durban surf lifeguard who was very involved in the early startup of tow surfing. His name's Mike Mapson. I wonder if the jet ski bloke that day was Mike Mapson. I wonder. Yeah. I was actually asking.
It would be nice to try and connect those dots, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I know Mike. I must actually give him a call and ask him. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. So that for me, that was definitely about far. I mean, internationally, yeah, they never had a QS win.
Okay.
Placed very well, Nuki board riders and a whole bunch of others. Unlike Antonio Bortoletto, who won 6-star WQS. So that always, I never had that big win. But for me, the Quicksilver Good Wave. And then I won 50,000 Rand, bro. That back then.
Unbelievable. Hey, listen, you know that Good Wave, I remember in those years, I was working for Anthony Brods at Surf Action in Margate, and the Good Wave was a big deal, bro.
Yeah.
It was a big deal back then. Wow. So congratulations, man. Yes, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that for me was a highlight. Just the whole day. I remember warming up for the finals, and Shane Thorne was in my corner, and he had his hands up like this, and I was boxing into his hand. Okay. Oh, bro, fucking frothing, just reliving it right now, Karl.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Man. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the chips, and also the doubters were doubting and the haters were hating, and the chips were against me for sure. the victory was so sweet.
Oh man, yes, Llewellyn.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was really special.
Okay, talking about special events. I want to move on to the Olympics. Now.
Oh wow.
I just want to bring it up. A couple of things. Firstly, just briefly, I want to know your thoughts about surfing going to the Olympics. I know I've given it some thought, and to you and to the audience listening, hey, cheers, man. Was that a Zamelek? Was that a Zamelek or what?
The Zameleks.
I look at the Olympics and I got to be honest, I'm not pro surfing going to the Olympics. Now, I understand that's just my personal subjective opinion and it doesn't count for anything. But what are your thoughts on it? I know it might not be an easy question for you to answer here on a podcast interview and it might get you into trouble. But if you do want to give it a couple of words, you may. And then once we've done that, are you taking a team to Chopes? Are you taking a team? Talk to us. Let us know. What are your thoughts and are you taking a team?
Okay, so I'm not going to Chopu.
Oh, come on, man. Why not? What happened?
But I put enough groundwork in with the German Federation back in the day that they've actually got 2 Olympians going to Tahiti.
Fantastic.
So yeah. I'm very proud to say that I had a big role in playing towards the success of Germany having 2 Olympians there.
Okay, cool.
In Tahiti. So I won't be there. I won't be going to the Olympics this year.
Okay.
But for again, like qualifying for the surfing Olympics. So hear this. Olympics has Fernando from ISA has been fighting to get surfing as an Olympic sport after he got the qualification and the go ahead was 22 years. He was fighting that.
Wow.
He wanted to be an Olympic sport. Okay. So I went to the Olympics with a German surfer. Okay. There is no sea in Germany. Okay. He's from Costa Rica.
Oh, bro, it gets better. Hey. Tell us more.
Yeah. All he could do was air reverses. Okay. and I saw a potential in this person, and with the right funding and support from the federation, we took this guy from being a Costa Rican local to an Olympian, and qualifying for Olympics in surfing is so exclusive. There's only 20 men and 20 women in the whole world that go to the Olympics. So I had a German surfer. We qualified for the first time, and there's only 20 people in the world that are going.
Wow!
Come on, that's there's something special about that, Karl. I mean,
Lulu, I've tried to understand the whole qualification process. Maybe I'm brain dead, bro, but I seriously, I just don't understand how you get selected. China, maybe we'll burn up too much time running through, and that's for another podcast. But personally, I've struggled to understand how Joe Soap becomes an Olympian for surfing for his country.
The selection criteria is super complicated, but as a coach or as an athlete, you can make it very simple for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, each continent gets to qualify 2 people. All right. Whereas in most sports, for example, if you're a skier at the Winter Olympics and you're in a discipline, there's multiple people that can qualify.
Okay.
All right. So you only get 2 people per continent. Okay.
Ish.
And then they use the CT ranking of either they want the CT surfers there. So they already, the top 10 surfers on the CT already start getting those positions. So ultimately, as a European, what we were working on is trying to be the highest placed European at the ISA World Surfing Games.
Okay.
Okay. In 2019 in Japan, Leon Glatzer fell short by 1 spot, bro.
Oh, shame, man.
And Frederica Moraes got through 1 heat further than Leon. It was crazy. It was like, but it was also part of the fueling of our fuel to motivate us to push harder, you know.
Okay.
And COVID came along, which gave us more opportunity to prepare and to train and do training camps. But then the following qualification system through the ISA. There was 5 men and 7 women places available, and which out of a field of 250 people, okay. And everybody that goes there, their dream is to become now an Olympian. I mean, and Leon was that year the first of the 5 that placed.
Okay.
So turning surfing into an Olympic sport has been incredible. It has in many ways. You're gonna have the haters, and for sure, like the people that are gonna go, surfing shouldn't be a competitive sport. I want to get a twin fin, and I want to ride long waves and grow dreadlocks and smoke weed or whatever, you know. But that's the beauty about surfing. Actually, it's so multifaceted that you can choose your direction. But as a professional sport, if you are a professional, it's made things incredible. Like, for example, you have to now these days go through a Olympic screening to be on a team which consists of doctors, psychologists, VO2 max. I mean, the tests you have to go through just to be on the team to represent your country.
Wow. Okay. Sheesh, Lulu.
Is next level. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so it's and so it's made it a very professional sport in that sense, and the sense that it's opened up so many opportunities and work opportunities to become a coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lulu, thank you for helping my thinking with that, and I'm sure there might be other people listening to this, watching this, that have also been puzzled by the qualification system. So thanks for shedding some light there. Just very quickly before I forget, if somebody wanted surf coaching from Llewellyn Whittaker, at the end of the video, I'll put your details up there, but just very quickly, what's your business called? What's your coaching called? How do people reach you? Let us know.
Just llewellynwhitaker.com.
Okay.
Instagram Llewellyn Whittaker, and I do a lot of typical online coaching.
Okay.
And then I do training camps all over the world, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
Lulu, I want to. There's a short bit of time that I've got left for this interview here. I want to bring up what everybody calls the GOAT, Kelly Slater. Now, I know there's mixed opinions. I know I've developed a thought about where Kelly's at. I'm sure everybody that surfs has got their own thinking about the bloke. How do I put this? Do you think Kelly should have retired after he won at Pipeline? When was it beginning of last year? Or was it a good thing that he pressed on? I know we chatted before we got online here. We had a chat about that. But just for the people listening, what as a coach, do you think he made the right move by, after winning Pipe, pressing on?
Look, Kelly Slater and the discussion of retirement has been on social media and in discussions for the last 5 or 10 years even. You know, I mean, how do you better 11 world titles? He's an absolute master, right? But something inside of him fueled him that he just wanted to keep competing, and whether it's whatever his motivation was, and you'd have to ask him for that.
Yeah.
But intrinsic or extrinsic, that you'd have to ask somebody like Kelly. But I think at the end of the day, the retirement was going to come, and it came for me personally at a point when he had the hip operation, okay, and having that hip operation at his age, the recovery time wasn't enough, and fitting into the WSL calendar and cycle and qualification, he just did not have enough recovery. And for me personally, you could start seeing it in his surfing, you know. And then his wife fell pregnant, and I think now for Kelly Slater, retirement is not really what he wants, but it's life is saying it's time to retire.
Yes, bro. Yeah, you know, I see in recent days that he's in the Challenger Series, and just me personally, I'm thinking to myself, hey, you're doing the Challenger Series, which means you want to get back on tour, obviously. And I'm thinking, I was always pro Kelly getting the 12th world title. I was always in his camp. But I'm thinking, wow, man, you know, to re-qualify at your age, got a youngster coming. I'm not like, hey, bro, just to me, it doesn't make sense. But what you've said about that competitive spirit in him and wanting to win all the time must be quite hard to walk away from. And then
it's so hard, Colin. It's hard.
And then, sorry to interject there, but one last thing about Kelly and the retirement. The WSL, do you think they got him by the curlies, the shortened curlies?
Absolutely, bro. I mean, their viewership, I love WSL, bro, and professional surfing and what and making of it. But there's a lot of haters as well. But at the same time, you know, they are. Sorry, just got a message there. Basically, WSL needs Kelly Slater to show up at events to get viewership. So retirement is not easy. Not like I explained to you before. Like for himself as a competitive surfer, as a competitive person, his whole life has been about trying to be the best in the world, and now I have to step back from that. It just doesn't make sense. But at the same time, he's going to have obligations to WSL, and to that he needs to follow that system and follow a contractual where he has to step away, where we will no longer see Kelly Slater at events anymore, which is going to affect things. But at the same time, who wouldn't go onto a Challenger with the potential of surfing Snapper Rocks or Kira if it's pumping with 4 people in the water? Who wouldn't do that? You know, like, come on, guys. Like, fucking seriously. Why would you not do that?
I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Yes, bro. Anyway, Llewellyn is, you know, I think that the topic of Kelly, I think 11 world titles. Do you think we'll ever see another Kelly in our lifetime?
No. Straight away.
Greatest sportsman ever, maybe?
No. That Kelly is of the best, bro. Tiger Woods comes to mind. Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player. He's of an elite. Kelly's of the elite, bro. I mean, he's been through he's been through 3 or 4 generations of surfers.
Yeah. Yeah. No, sure.
It's mind-boggling, man. Mind-boggling.
Yes.
I remember sitting on the North Shore, being in Slater's camp. I don't know what year it was, and Andy Irons won that Pipeline Masters. I was on the beach. It was, everybody was cheering Andy up onto the beach at Pipeline, and we literally sat there. Well, Kelly came in on the beach, tail between his legs. I'm a Kelly fan all the way. I mean, I love Andy, of course, but love Kelly to bits.
Yes.
And now's the time, guys. Now's the time.
Hey,
retire.
Imagine he comes through and he requalifies and it gets his 12th. Could you imagine that, eh? Wow. Yeah, anyway. Amazing.
No.
Listen, Llewellyn, is there any, time's almost up here, is there anything you want to, any wise words of wisdom you'd like to depart to any of the youth in South Africa where you are and globally listening to you? Anything you'd like to say to them about surf coaching and about the whole competitive thing? Any last words for folks like that?
I'm kind of a deep person, and that kind of triggers me. So it's not a very simple answer.
Yeah.
But just believe in yourself, bro.
No, lekker.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to, because nobody else is.
Yeah, nobody else will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that means a lot to you, Lulu, you know.
Yeah.
No, lekker. Well, listen, Brew, before we all burst into tears and start crying and everything, listen, I just want to say, Lulu, you've added such value to this series called Great Surfing Characters. You were on my list from the beginning. I'm so thankful that you're a busy man. You're a family man. You've got things going on. On behalf of the viewership here, I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your public holiday as well. A time from your family and coming on here and sharing some thoughts. Yeah, you know, like I said, I had you on the list from the beginning.
Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for having me. I enjoy your conversation, just the way you pronounce yourself and the
thank you very much
of your words, and it's you're a podcaster, bro. You gotta go pro, cuz. Believe in yourself.
There you go. Thank you for those encouraging words, Coach. Lulu, thanks for your time and coming on here. And for the viewers listening here, as we close off here, all Llewellyn's details will be edited into this podcast, so you will be able to see it coming up on your screen. And don't hesitate to get a hold of Llewellyn if you're looking for coaching. That's all I can say. I spent about a month around the North Shore with Llewellyn, in those days with Richie Sills. Llewellyn is a master surfer. He's an Olympic surf coach. So why not, if you're looking for coaching, if you're in the South African area or globally, maybe consider Llewellyn. Anyway, Llewellyn, love you lots, my bro.
Love you, bro.
Thank you, and we'll catch up soon, eh?
Take care, Carl.
Lekker.
Beautiful.
Sweet
love
China.
you lots. Yeah.